Hi everyone, it's Fiona Fernandez and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I run By Fee Handcrafts as well. So I just got my new Stampin' Cut emboss machine, so I'm pretty excited. I haven't used it yet. As you can see, I still have the handle on the table. So the first thing I need to do is open my instructions, and they have instructions, thank goodness, on the inside page here. So it says position the handle in the machine. Let me get the handle out. Pull that out. So if you missed it yesterday, I put a video on of me unboxing my machine and a few of my items on the table here out of the new mini catalogue. Over the bag. Okay, we have a little cap that goes on the top, and I've got a little Allen key, a screw and a washer. I'm not sure if you can see all this or not. Okay, position the handle in the machine. So it just goes on the side here, and there's a little spot in there. I'll just, one side's a bit flat, so if you look in there you can see the flat side of it. I'll put that on there. Here she goes. Okay, slide the washer onto the screw. The washer. Whoops. Is the washer. Oh, I dropped it. Onto the screw. Okay, then insert the screw and the washer through the handle into the crankshaft. I think I'll have to tip it up a tiny bit here. So that's going down. Yep, that looks good. So it's sitting right in the middle there of the crankshaft, and then you have to use your little Allen key. Get your mouth in the right spot. Okay, it's going in. Twist it around and around and around. And around and around. Okay, I think we're nearly done. Wasn't that hard? There's my Allen key. Okay, so then the little screw sits in there. I'll come closer to the camera. You can see the screw inside there. Okay. And then we just put this little cap, here's the little cap, into the little spot. Hang on. Push that in and make it nice and flat. There we go. Ta-da! We have a handle. Exciting. Alrighty, let's roll. Let's roll. Rock and roll. We'll put our little Allen key away for later, because you can take it off again if you need to. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that in the bag the handle came in and put it in a safe place. Over here on my table. Alright, it comes with the plates. So the plates it comes with is number 4. And in the instruction book, it has, helps if I read the right language. Tells you what's inside the box, attaching the handle, using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it tells you how to do that. And it's got a 3-year limited warranty, so I was quite impressed with that. Wasn't expecting that when I opened the box. So we have our 2 number 3 plates, which are your normal cutting plates, and we have a number 2 plate. And number 2 plate, it says using with thin dies. So you put that, and it shows you exactly, I'll get up again, it shows you exactly where to put the pieces. You have a look at that. So it shows you the layers here. You don't have to remember. You can just pick up the plate and have a go. All right, so the base plate is number 1. Place die cutting edge down. Okay. Using with thin dies, and it says use with the standard embossing folders, and it tells you what to use with the 3D embossing folders. So let's play, shall we? I've pulled out a couple of dies. We'll put our base plate down. Now, what do I want to do first? I am going to do, oh, where's my embossing folder? I've got an embossing folder, so I bought the nice snowflake one. So I showed that in my video yesterday, but this shows you the actual embossing folder close up. It's very pretty. And I'm going to do that one first. So that's a fairly thin embossing folder. So I'm going to look for the picture that tells me, that one doesn't have pictures on it. Okay, use with standard embossing folders. So it says standard embossing folder to use plate 3 and 3 and number 1, and to put your embossing folder in the middle. So I'm going to put that, the card stock in there. Just line that up. I'm actually going to use that as my card base. Okay, and here, I'll come over here. Okay, so it's got this one here I'm doing, and it says to put the base plate, which is this, and then a cutting plate, which is one of these, number 3, and then my embossing folder, and then put number 3 on top. Okay, and there's number 3 on top. And you just pop it in the machine, oh, which way, but I'll turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. So I just pop it straight in the machine like that. Like that. I'm just going to turn it sideways so I can roll. And you just turn the handle. And just turn the handle. It's got a bit of resistance, which is okay because you're embossing. Okay, if it won't move at all, don't force it. You need to change your plates to make sure you've got the right width. Woo, bang, pop. Don't let that scare you. And just make sure you hold the handle firmly so that when it does do a pop like that, you don't fling it, because I have hurt my finger once by the handle flinging when it does that. Just keep going until it comes out the other side. And ta-da! We have an embossed folder. There we go. Look at that. Come closer. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's the other side. So depending on which way you want it, I'll get a good picture on that. Hang on. So that's the deboss side, and that side's got the embossing on it, so it's raised this side. Oh, that was fun. Okay, that's an embossing folder. Just pop that over there. Now let's go with a different plate this time. 3D embossing folder. Oh, I didn't get a 3D embossing folder out. Another day. I have got a few other things out though. Let me see. I've got a piece of this beautiful paper, and it's the DSP that I showed yesterday with the snowflakes on it. Okay, so that's come out of the packet, which I've hidden up under here. I've hidden under here somewhere. Okay, so that came out of this packet, which is the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. So this one with all the snowflakes on it. Okay, put that up there. So I'm going to cut this little beauty out with this one. I'll get that off there. So when you're taking these off when they're brand new, some people like to put them on magnets, and I've started doing that. You just pull it off. There's sticky on there, and you just pull it off. It's very firm sometimes, so just be careful, but give it a good pull it off. Okay, so that's a nice little frame, and I'm actually going to put it on my card like this, I think. All right, so we want to cut something, so we're going to find the right base to cut with, using with thin dies. It says to put number 1, which is the base, number 2, where's number 2? Here's number 2, and this says using with thin dies. So this is quite thin, I think, so I'm going with the thin die. All right, and then it's got number 3, a 3 down like that, and we put our paper on and our die on. I don't mind which way around it is. And then we put number 3, which is another cutting plate, on top. And you can just roll it back the other way. You don't have to go from the same side every time. You can go either side. Let's see how this feels. Okay, that feels good so far. Not too much resistance. I don't think we're going to do a great big bang like last time. No, there we go. Okay. Take that one off. So we've got a few different plates there. So it's all about the sandwich. It's about having it the right thickness. So I'll just bring this over here. And if I take that off, let's see how we went. You see that? Okay, looks like it's cut through most of it. If it hasn't quite cut through, you can use your pokey take a pick tool to poke through the holes there. And if it doesn't cut right out, I would be inclined to place it back on and just try again. And this is obviously the first time. You get a nice little impression on your plate. So I've christened it. It's used now. How fun is this? I was so looking forward to getting this. So I'm just going to sit here and have a look at that. Most of it's coming out actually. I think it is coming out. There we go. Look, I've got the middle out. And the little flowers. The little flower bits are still in there, but I'm going to get the tool. Actually, I've got a pair of scissors right handy somewhere here. Somewhere. Here they are. Just get my scissors and have a little poke at that. Yep, they're popping through. There we go. So you can just pop them through. The other thing you can use is the little brush that comes with the take a pick tool. And I have that over here somewhere handy. So you can, it comes with a piece of foam. And this little brush fits on the end of your take a pick tool. And you can just pop that on the foam like that. And then roll over it like this. And the little pieces just fall out. Oh. Try that one. Sorry, all you can see is my hand. Bending those little things up a bit. Sometimes I go a little bit sideways and I find that helps a little bit. See how that one just popped out then? Here. Alright, now they're all over the sewing machine. Just what I always wanted. Isn't that pretty paper? So I'm going to use that on a card. Not right now, but I will use it on a card. And place it. I might cut it out a bit around it. So that's another one. Right, next. Righto, where are we? Let's put that over there. And I just love making a mess when I start doing this. The table ends up a big mess. I bought the pine trees in the pine bundle and I'm going to use that for my next class. And I found one of the papers in, where are we? No, wrong packet. This packet feels like Frost designer series paper, which is really pretty. And it's got some gorgeous little sceneries in it. Look. So I'm going to cut one of these. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to cut on a piece of paper I just happen to have handy. This one here, which is some shimmer paper. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. It's a bit hard to see. You've got to get the right light on it, but it does shimmer. Yeah, I've got another light here. Let me just turn my little lamp on and see if we can get some shimmer happening. It's a bit hard to tell, isn't it? I'll come close to the camera. No, I still can't quite grasp the shimmer. It's hard to see, isn't it? Okay, take my word for it, it's there. It's just really hard to see it. I'll just turn that off. Okay, Okay, so this is another, I would say there's another thin die. So I'm going to go on the thin die side again, which is this one. It says do not use with embossing folders. Place die cutting edge down. Okay, so we'll just pop our cutting plate. I'm going to use that one because I've already cut on it. Let's get rid of the bits of paper off there. Okay, that one down, 1, 2, 3, and then we want some paper. Paper, please. And I might put it round that way. I'll put it this way. Alright, I want to go fairly close to the bottom, so I'm just going to go as close as I can to this side, but keep it there. Pop my number 3 on top. Pop my number 3 on top. And roll away. I'm just using my arm to rest on there to hold it in place, but it's going through really nicely. And there's the finished product. So it's cut out a beautiful edge. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so it doesn't cut the bottom of it, so I should have done that on the edge of the card, but that's okay. I'll just cut that off, and then I'll use that on my little scene as some snowy bits in the front of it. See? Isn't that cool? Okay, what do we do next? Let's try a pine tree. I've got to find a bit of paper. Let me just find another bit of paper. Cardboard, cardstock. Alright, so we'll do another one on here, like this. I'm going to use a bit of this one again. And cut out a tree, or 3. Cut out some trees. Let's do some trees. That's some nice trees. Oh, see how hard that is to get off a bit? You just give it a bit of a pull and put them up and down like this. Oh, that one stuck really well, look. That'll definitely have to go on some magnets later. All right, now about there. I'm just wondering whether to do them next to each other so I can use it as a card. What do you think? That one in the background? What if I did it like that? Then I can use the inside and the outside. You know what I forgot, don't you? Forgot to put that under there. Don't forget that. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Get all my bits and stuff off there. And just get back around this side of the tape. Okay, as soon as it grabs, so I'm just holding that down while I do this so that it keeps them in place. You can use a bit of washi tape to keep things in place as well if you want to. This one's a little bit tighter, so these trees must be a little bit thicker than the other ones. Here we go. Oh, there you go, my trees. Let's pop them down there. Now this is going to make a lot of fun mess. I'm going to get the vacuum out later. Let me get my container. Hang on. Hang on a second. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. I keep a little Chinese container handy. Chinese food container, you know, the disposable ones. And I actually have a little pokey tool. It's an older Stampin' Up tool. So if you just lift it up like that, it looks like they're coming away. And then I'll get my black sponge again. and pop them on there to do this. Okay, I like that one. There's a tree, it's popped out. That one's folded up a bit. Okay, really, oh, I crossed that one over a little bit. It didn't through there. See there, it's joined up with the other tree there. That's okay. Just need 3 hands to get it out. There we go. Oops, dropped my tree. There's my tree. I'll just rub that a little bit with the brush. It's coming away slowly. It's a bit harder doing it at this angle. I usually do it flat. I want you to see what I'm doing. Right, there's a tree. There's the tree. Ooh. Okay, and then this last tree is just all the little bits pop out of it. Just keep going with that a little bit. There we go. And that one's like that. So you could even use these to do some sponging on if you wanted to just get the tree shape as well. So there's our trees. Okay. So that was fun, and thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next time. Ciao.